Hey, Carmel, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I think we are almost ready. So thank you everybody for staying. I think we're Romy. I can hear you. I can see you. Not sure if I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Does it
Yes.
sound properly? Okay, cool.
Yes. It sounds perfect. So great. I think we're ready to start. So hello everybody. Welcome to this Kava Twitter Spaces. My name is Guillermo. I am part of the Kava marketing team. I will be, well, not really the host. I'm just going to do the introductions. And so I'll just do that. So, welcome to the Kava EMA. This is an introduction of our latest partner, Abracadabra. And here from the Abracadabra team to make an introduction on what's the project is Romy, is Abracadabra co-lead BD and community manager. Hi, Romy.
Hey guys, can you hear me properly? I'm sorry if I cough sometimes. I have a very bad sore throat, so I sound like a weird Italian dude with a sore throat.
So far we can hear you. So far we can hear you fine. But if we can hear you at any moment, I'll let you know. And and also welcome to Carmel from the Kava product team. She will be also the host. So welcome, Carmel.
Awesome. Thank you, Guillermo. And hello, the Abracadabra team. Hi, Romy. And hopefully we won't experience any technical issues during this call.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Awesome. Okay, so one of the most exciting projects that recently launched on Kava is MIM, and we're very excited to have you here. Maybe you can give us a little bit of a background about the project, what you guys are up to, and then we can go from there.
Yeah, for sure. So before we start, my name is Romy. I've been with Abracadabra since the early beginning. I was probably like the third person to join the Telegram chat after the founders. I've started working as a on the community management side, and then I moved to a more business development strategy and managerial role over time. I don't know how much your audience is familiar with Abracadabra, so I'm going to give you just a pretty plain overview of what we do and exactly how the protocol works. So Abracadabra is the issuer of the stablecoin MIM. MIM is a over-collateralized crypto-backed decentralized stablecoins. Users can come in with different kind of collateral, bring them to our isolated lending markets called cauldrons, and use them as collateral to mint the stablecoin MIM, as I said. MIM also allows users to leverage up on their interest-bearing collateral through a pretty successful design that we have actually licensed and that we use in all of our cauldrons nowadays. So super. I can deep dive more into it if there's any questions or anything like that. But the main idea is that people can come in with interest-bearing collateral, use them to mint MIM, and then use those MIM to get more of the interest-bearing collateral, actually leverage farming the APY of the given interest-bearing collaterals. Yeah.
That's great. And what made you choose Kava? What attracted you to our Kava platform?
So I've been speaking with the team from Kava for, I would say, nearly a year now. I met Tommy and the other guys multiple times over conferences, and I've always been very intrigued by the Kava ecosystem. I think Kava has the chance to be the gate to the Cosmos ecosystem for many DeFi projects, and I am super excited to be able to have Abra as one of the major DeFi protocols that are gonna build natively on Kava and that are gonna be used to enrich and empower the Kava DeFi ecosystem. Abracadabra works at its best when it's working together with its partners, so Curve Finance, Yearn Finance, all those other large DeFi ecosystem. We basically act as a magnifier that allows to both increase the TVL of native projects and have users leverage up on all of their favorite interest-bearing assets, basically.
Great. And let's talk a little bit about use cases for users to participate. So how can users participate right now? What can they do? What strategies would you recommend for them to enjoy MIM on Kava?
Yeah, sure. So let's do it like that. Let's start with basically an overview of how Abra usually works and exactly what parts of the Abracadabra ecosystem are involved in a native deployment. So the core business of Abracadabra are, as I said, our cauldrons, which are isolated lending markets where users come in, bring the collateral, and mint MIM. Now, for the system to work nicely, there's also another part of the system, which is our liquidity pools for the MIM token. We usually pair MIM against major, apologies, major decentralized and centralized stablecoins like USDT, USDC, and DAI. And the deeper the liquidity it is on these liquidity pools, the easier it is for users to leverage up on their interest-bearing collateral, incurring the less possible amount of slippage. This is basically a system that works, has been battle tested for years now. Abracadabra was first launched in April 2021 and has been living on through different situations and hard periods, and it's been extremely well battle tested and proven its resilience over time. When we're now live on Kava, as I mentioned, we are more than happy to announce that our first LP cauldrons are coming very, very soon. And already right now, the MIM USDT native pool on Curve Finance is live, and it's also one of the largest pool on Curve Finance, and I'm pretty sure the highest paying stable pool right now, thanks to the Kava rewards.
Do you know how many of the LP tokens are you launching?
Yeah, sure. So we are every time a collateral is listed on Abra, it needs to go through a governance proposal and a governance vote. In these proposals, spellholders decide exactly what are the parameters of each of these collaterals, each of these markets. So, for example, the maximum LTV, the interest, the borrow fee, and all other different parts that are relevant to Abracadabra stability. Right now, we are already working on our first LP token, which is going to be a MIM USDT Curve LP token. So users can provide a liquidity to the MIM USDT pool, get those LP tokens, put them on Abracadabra, borrow against it or leverage up while still harvesting their daily Kava rewards. Other than that, we're working on some other Curve LP tokens, like, for example, Kava-based LP tokens, ETH-based LP tokens, and further USDT-based LP tokens. We're also working on Stargate Finance LP tokens. So one of our most successful product is actually the Stargate USDT LP markets, where people can leverage up on the yield produced by single-sided deposits of USDT on Stargate. And I'm happy to say that as soon as Stargate is live, there's a very high chance that, the proposal is already being worked on, and it will be proposed to the DAO, and I believe the DAO will likely approve it, so that on Kava, people will be able to stable farm with leverage and Stargate directly on Kava. And other than that, we're looking at all the other, bunch of other native projects on, on Kava. One of them is GMX fork, which basically a perp DEX.
Yep.
That can allow our users to leverage up on XLP tokens. And we're also looking at any other projects that are currently either being developed or that are already in the process of launching or have already launched. If you know any project that could basically benefit from an Abracadabra integration, please get a nice proposal together, post it on our forum so that all of our holders can educate themselves on it, and ultimately, if there's enough community engagement, of course, vote for it as well.
That's great. How do you guys select the projects? Is there a criteria that you're looking for, or what's the selection process there?
Yeah, so usually the final decision-making power is always in the hands of spellholders.
Yep.
Core DAO contributors merely look at the integration, so how easy it is to integrate it within our cauldrons, how battle tested it is, how safe it is, does it pose a risk in terms of what kind of collateral is actually being chosen. So let's say that we want to get a Kava USDT Curve LP token on as collateral Abracadabra. We would basically look at how much liquidity there is for Kava USDT, so that liquidations can happen smoothly, of course. And then we will simply be putting together a proposal and then proposing it to the DAO for spell orders to vote upon. But the same way we can do it, everybody else can do it, right? Like you could just get the proposal together. If you want to, you can even just code the smart contracts and propose them as well to the DAO for them to be reviewed by engineers that are already familiar with our code base. And then if the proposal goes through, the MIM multisig, which is composed of around 9 people, it's a 6 out of 9 multisig made with basically multiple cross protocol individuals. For example, Michael from Curve, Pulpi from Yearn, there's me, there's some other people from the Abra team. There's Saranga, the former sushi swap in Solidity, a whole bunch of other important DeFi personalities that are gonna mint the meme tokens towards this cauldron. And once the meme tokens are minted, people can already start borrowing it or leveraging it up. So to answer your question, we basically look at the project, we see how composable it is, and then we propose it to the DAO for the DAO to decide basically what to do with that.
Fantastic. Can you give us a little bit of an overview of what's come on your roadmap? What's ahead for you guys?
Yeah, for sure. So big part of our roadmap will be focused on Kava. As I mentioned before, we're super excited to be able to be one of the first projects that are deploying natively on Kava. It will be very, very interesting to see exactly what kind of possibilities will be there other than the one that we have already been working on. We are also going to have a pretty big revamp in terms of both how the fees produced by the platform are split and the tokenomics for Spell itself, which is probably gonna take place in Q3, Q4 of this year. It's gonna be taking quite a lot of time because it's a big revamp. We're working on a big analytics revamp where basically it's gonna be even easier than it is today for people to figure out what collateral is backing MIM, in what percentage, and all these kind of important parameters that are useful for every users. For every kind of user, basically. And what else? Let me think. We're always looking at new sources of collateral also on mainnet to be able to allow people to borrow against this kind of assets and then bring them into Kava to use it even further in the Kava ecosystem. And we are very much looking forward to fully integrate MIM into all the different native projects that are on Kava. So MIM is a stablecoin. It's one of the most battle-tested one in the space, and we're more than excited to support any kind of projects that are happy to accept meme tokens into their platform, use them as LP tokens. For example, one thing that meme really shines on is when it's used as part of a perp dex LP token. So one big part of my roadmap for next few months will be to speak with projects on Kava that are building cool stuff and see how we can support them and how we can integrate meme in their designs.
Can you just elaborated a little bit, but let's talk a little bit more about MIM and what differentiates it from other tokens. What is so brilliant about MIM, and why should our users consider exploring it and exploring incentives around it?
Sure. So that's kind of a tricky question, right? Because when you look at decentralized stablecoins from the outside, they kind of all look the same. But when you dive deeply into it, you see that there are different kinds and there are different families of decentralized stablecoin. Now, MIM is an over-collateralized stablecoin, which means that the collateral backing it is much larger than the amount of MIM issued. So, for example, right now we have more than $154 million in TVL and only 53 million issued MIMs. In the last couple of weeks, we had quite a big repays because of the situation that was unfolding in DeFi in general, but we're nearly 3 times more backed. MIM is also, MIM markets are isolated lending markets, which means that if you are providing Bitcoin as collateral and borrowing MIM, a decrease in the price of any other assets will not affect your position, which is also very, very helpful when you open leverage positions. So people can, for example, go long Kava ETH tokens without needing to worry about what the rest of the market is doing, basically. Other than that, the biggest part about stablecoin, in my opinion, is still its reputation. You can look into the history of MIM. MIM has been one of the largest, if not the fastest growing centralized stablecoin in the last bull market, and despite having suffered different peg attacks and situation where the peg was under stress, it has always recovered pretty fast. Right now, Meme is trading at around 30 bips of peg, which is totally in line with what we expect from a decentralized stablecoin that is aimed at allowing people to leverage up on it, basically. So yeah, I would say our history, our isolated lending markets design, and the fact that the team that is behind it and the DAO contributors that are behind it have been in the space since basically since forever. Like most of us have been in DeFi since DeFi started. So we are very much looking forward to keep contributing to the space, basically.
Fantastic. Thank you for that. One last bit. How can our community members participate or get involved with Abracadabra? What do you recommend they do? Where can they go?
That's a very important question. So there's three main things that we like to see from our community. Number one is that our community on Discord is very large. We have more than 40,000 people on our Discord. There's plenty of discussion going on there daily about what the future holds for Abra and what direction the DAO should hold. So I definitely recommend everybody to join the Discord and chat with the rest of our community. I would really recommend everyone who is deeply involved into DeFi on Kava to look at different protocols, as I mentioned before, and try to see where Abra could help and what would Abra do to help this protocol, and put together proposals that are then posted on the forum to spark even more discussion, because we are a decentralized project. We are a DAO, and all discussion is always super welcomed, and it's very important that it gets that every step of the governance process is adhered to. And the more people look into it and the more people bring their ideas, the stronger the decision-making process is. And lastly, I would say that one of the best things that people can do to help Meme right now is LP Meme USDT on the native Curve Finance pool on Kava. This is one of the very few native asset pools on Curve, because Meme is native on Kava and USDT is native on Kava. And the deeper that pool is, the fastest our products can grow, and the more users will be able to actually use it. If you're looking to bring Meme on Kava, it's very easy. We have a Beam page on our website that basically allows you to transfer Meme tokens from any chain that we're on to any chain that we're on in usually less than 3 minutes. But when there's a little bit of congestion in the layer 0 network, it can take even up to like 5 to 10 for just a $1 fee on every single beam. So that's very easy. And once you have the Meme on Kava, I'm sure that in the next few months you'll see plenty of opportunities where you can use them to either earn yield or trade with it, or hold it just to have some stable coins, basically.
Thank you for that. That was very helpful. I appreciate it, and I definitely appreciate your time. I wanted to end the AMA with a few highlights. One, like Romy just mentioned, you can participate by going to Curve and look for the MEM USDT pool. And other than that, we wanted to promote one of the events that are happening right now on Kava. As you know, that native USDT is now live, and this integration brings lots of stability, and it unlocks liquidity for the Cosmos and EVM ecosystems. To celebrate this launch, we have announced the Triple Surge campaign, or a Triple Surge event. You can participate in various strategies that we have. So if you go to our app.kava.io, go to lend, and you'll be able to participate in USDT. So buying USDT, you can also participate on Curve with the various USDT pools that are available there, as well as you can go to Mare Finance and enjoy their incentives there. Thank you so much for joining us. This was fantastic. I have enjoyed the conversation with you, Romy, and best of luck on your next milestones.
Thanks a bunch. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to DM me either on Twitter or on my Telegram or on Discord, or wherever you see me. Just send me questions. I'm always happy to answer them when it's about Abra, and I'm super happy to just help out if anybody needs an explanation. So thanks a lot for having me here. It was super nice and hopefully we're going to be able to do it again soon once more products will be live.
Definitely. We'll love to have you here again. I appreciate your time. Thanks, everyone. Have a wonderful day.
You too. Take care.